Gurudev, there are many spiritual influencers online that talk about our spiritual and material growth taking off at 33. Is there an age when we are destined to have such an experience?
No, not at all. Gyan Dev, a saint, he was very young. His sister was just 5 year old or something like that. In Maharashtra, and by 16 years he was already enlightened and he gave so much knowledge. Gyaneshwari he wrote. That is an example. Adi Shankara, he didn't have to wait for 32 years to get enlightened. These conditions anybody puts for enlightenment is all rubbish. Enlightenment is beyond any conditions. It is ahaituki, means without any valid reason it can happen. You can only prepare yourself for patrata. You can prepare yourself, it's like cleansing your vessel. Just by cleansing your vessel, you are not going to get nectar into it. Nectar will be given to you by the giver when it has to be given. But you have to keep your vessel upright. That much is done, that is for sadhana. All sadhanas are not to get enlightened. No. Enlightened, it cannot happen through any sadhana. It comes to you as a gift. When? By God's grace. When does it come? When you stop hankering for it and keep your vessel upright. That's it. 32 years you will get enlightened, 80 years you will get What time has to do to go beyond time? What time is nothing to do with it. Or you sit in this place, then you will get enlightened, you sit under Bodhi. Buddha got enlightened under Bodhi Vriksha. So everybody starts sitting under Bodhi tree, you think they'll all get... Even a crow sits on the Bodhi tree. You think crow will get enlightened? These are all ignorance. Of course, people have their right to ignorance. Some people propagate ignorant things, they have right to their ignorance. But don't get swayed into it. Time and space is nothing to do with enlightenment. When someone gets enlightened in some place, others start rewarding that place. When someone is born in a place, that is also, Mahatma Gandhi is born Porbandar, and Porbandar becomes a tourist place where people go there. Maharshi Aurobindo took Samadhi in Pondicherry and people go there. The connection to place with saints or higher beings are just for an individual to just kindle their own devotion, nothing more than that. Nothing to do with places and, time. Desha Kalatita, beyond time and space, is the Atma Chaitanya, the self. Never tie the self into the space or time.
Gurudev, elders think marriage will settle someone down. Shouldn't we settle down, become stable, and then take responsibility for someone else?
See, what do you mean by settling down? You can take responsibility being a student. The ASU movement started with the students. Even independence movement started by students. My father joined the freedom struggle, leaving his 10th standard I mean, those days, whatever, 10th or 12th standard, SSLC. He was going to the missionary college, the school. And when Mahatma Gandhi came, he said, "Why are you studying? You come with me." He went with him. Started engaging in freedom struggle from many youths, many youths in this country have started taking responsibility even when they are students. You see that today there are young people around the world talking about environment. So you can't say, "I will settle down and then I take responsibility." Taking responsibility is part of your nature. It's your consciousness that takes responsibility. It's a quality of life which is very strong and stable, and you don't need to postpone taking responsibility. Yeah. I want to narrate one incident. My mother's mother, grandmother, she was 90 something, and she stayed with her sister-in-law. She was 95, and they both stayed in the old house in the village, and all the four sons, all my uncles, were outside. They were all in Chennai, Bangalore, here, there, all over. These two elderly ladies were alone doing everything, shopping, cooking and having food, and all that rules that they have been following. And they would not budge with anybody. So every time when there is a gathering, the only talk will be these two ladies are there alone, and there is, there are thieves here and there, they stole this and they did that. All around, the times are not so good. You don't know what will happen to them, and they are living a nice, life there, and all the sisters and brothers would only discuss that, how to get them. And they will say, no, they won't listen to anybody. I took a car and went there, asked them to sit in the car. They both, and my aunt lives few kilometers away from there. So I took them, and they wouldn't say no to me. I said, "No, you come, you sit in the car." I made them both, they were bewildered first. They sat, and behind I ordered a tempo traveler. I removed all the pictures and all the precious things in the house, put them all in that, and I dropped them in my aunt's house. And since then, they stayed there till their end. You need to, it was not my responsibility to do, but I want to just take that responsibility. They were all saying, no, 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 no. And then I could not hear any more of this complaint over and over again and again, saying these two ladies are incorrigible. They don't listen to anybody, and of course, they were very strong people. They had to have all that banana leaf and 4 different type of vegetables and raw food and chutney and this and that, and they had their style of life. उसमें ये छुआछूत, ये कपड़ा ऐसे गीला कपड़ा खुद ही वो करेंगे, टांगेंगे, ये सब करते रहते। मैं दोनों को गाड़ी में बिठा के मैं जाके हमारी मौसी जी के यहाँ छोड़ के, और मौसी जी अभी तक जो कंप्लेंट कर रही थी, नहीं आते आते वो भी, अरे क्यों, क्या कर दिया, तो इनको संभालो, तो पीछे से ट्रक आ रही है, सारी सामान वहाँ उतरवा दी। हम तो कितने साल के थे, तो 18-20 साल के रहे होंगे उस वक्त, हम 18-19 साल के रहे होंगे, 20 साल के रहे होंगे। ये सब होता है ना, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमको लेना पड़ता है। वो हमारी उसके बिना चलता नहीं। अभी देखो हमारे कुछ लोग हैं यहाँ आश्रम में, वो ऐसे लेते हैं रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, चाहे हाउसिंग लो, चाहे हमारा गंगा कुटीर में लो या कहीं भी, लोग ले लेते हैं रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। कोई उनको देता नहीं तुम ये करो वो करो, नहीं, वो एकदम साफ सुथरा रखना, वीएम का देखभाल करना, हमारा गंगा कुटीर ठीक करना, हमको जो गिफ्ट्स आते हैं वो सब संभाल, ये सब काम करते हैं ना। ऐसे किसी की शादी है, किसी का कुछ है, उनको देने के लिए सारा गिफ्ट हमको टाइम टाइम पर आना, ये सब लोग खुद लेते हैं तो काम बनता है। हर चीज़ बोलेंगे अरे भाई ये तुम सफाई रखो, ये करो वो करो, कहाँ तक करते रहे? That doesn't depict the high quality of life. High quality of life is without anybody telling you, take responsibility.